Okay, this is part 2 of replacing the White Rodgers circuit board in a Trane furnace. In part 1, I explained how I took pictures of everything and then I was going to undo all these plugs, which I did. I took a needle nose pliers and squeezed together the tabs as needed on each one of these 4 tabs. There's one in each corner. All 4 corners, squeeze those together and then pushed the tab back and pulled that forward. And what that does is that allows this circuit board to break free. So the circuit board is now free. The replacement one looks very similar. Set that one down for a second. The new one, when you orient it upside down, this way you can read the directions, but then the plug's not going to reach very easily. It has almost identical plugs, actually virtually identical plugs on them. And there are holes that will match up to these. This one down in the, over here, there's actually 2 holes, so you want to make sure you match the right ones up. As I put this on, it's important to get it behind all those wires and set it in place. When you make sure you've got everything, excuse the camera for a second, it's in place, you can snap that on. The tabs, so we are pushed in. Those tabs, at least a couple of those should pop out so you know that you're locked in. You don't want the circuit board falling down while the fan's vibrating and while things are moving. I've installed one of these before, didn't get all of the tabs to go in, but if you get it close enough, that's what you need to do. Then you want to go through and hook back up all of these plugs again. So that will go on there. I'm gonna do each one of those plugs. Put them just like I put this one back in there, and it snaps in, and we're good to go there. I'm going to take each one of these wires. It's important to slide it. There's a screw, there's a metal tab loose, and then a metal tab behind it. Slide the wire behind the 2 metal tabs, and the screw will go down and push the one tab onto the other so that the wires are between each 2 metal tabs. In this case, yellow goes to the Y, white goes to W, R goes to red, G goes to green, and the C for common in our wiring setup, our tech who originally installed this chose to put pink to be the common, which is not always the case. Sometimes it's blue, but as long as you've got pink going to common on your thermostat, you're good. I made note of where all these other wires went, which ones went onto which of these tabs. There's multiple tabs on each of these that they're going to go together on. So I'm going to stop this now, put all those back together so I can use both hands. Then we're going to talk about one, actually I'm just going to note it right now. In the wires, there are additional jumper cables that came with this. It notes that in order to complete, this yellow wire runs through and checks to make sure that all these circuits are complete and none are blown before this will turn on and run properly. In order for that circuit to be properly completed with this circuit board, replacing the older one, there's a jumper wire that has to go. If you zoom up really close, you might be able to see it. It has to go between R1 and R2. So there's R1, R2. So in that position of R1 and R2, we have to stick a jumper cable in there to properly complete the circuit, so this will work. When I replaced this once before, I had the darndest time making it work. Had to do some troubleshooting to figure it out, and turned out that it was just the fact that that one jumper cable was missing. If you look at the instructions that come with this, it says, note, Trane application, jumper cable provided, must route from R2 to R1 on the 12-pin connector, and that's the Molex connector we were just looking at. If you're installing on a Man or a Goodwin application, there's other jumper cables and extensions you have to put in just to make sure that all the wiring works, because again, this new circuit board replaces several prior circuit boards, so there's a little bit of customization that has to happen. Once I plug all that together, I'm confident that I will have a working furnace that will do heating and properly actuate the fan when the air conditioner is running. Thanks, and hope you enjoyed this video.